Right now at 5, a walking miracle. That's what the mother of a 14-year-old girl is saying this evening after her daughter survived after being shot several times by her teen boyfriend.
This happened over the weekend near 21st and Memorial Drive in Racine. That boy is charged as an adult.
Uba Ali sat down with the girl's mom, who tells us how her daughter is defying the odds.
She's just so proud to be alive.
Miranda Perales says her 14-year-old daughter, Jasleen Jones, is talking, walking, and smiling at Children's Wisconsin just 2 days after being shot several times.
She's still her spunky self. She can't wait to put on her makeup.
Investigators say Jasleen was shot in the head 3 times by her 14-year-old boyfriend when she tried to break up with him. They say the boyfriend admitted to shooting Jasleen in what he called a, quote, fit of rage.
I had no idea. No idea he had a gun.
Perales says her daughter dated the teen for more than a year. She never noticed any concerning signs.
I bought the kid Christmas presents, you know? I mean, you never know that type of stuff until the mask is unveiled.
This is truly domestic violence at age 14. Did you ever think that was even possible?
I did not think that was possible. I did not think that was possible just because they're kids. And I didn't think evil was in kids.
The 14-year-old is charged as an adult with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Considering the trauma Jasleen went through,
she's a walking miracle.
Her family is thankful her brain function wasn't impacted.
She's lost sight in one of her eyes, but the doctors told her she's going to be able to do everything that people with 2 eyes can do.
Jasleen will also have to live with several bullets lodged in her body, but she's taking the worst day of her life.
God gave her the second chance.
And using it to speak up for those in violent relationships.
This is her new path, and I'm going to help her in every way possible.
Welcome back to Rooster Crowing TV, y'all. It's been a minute, but we back, you heard me. All right, man, let's talk about this real quick, man, before I read this story to y'all and give y'all a little bit more details, right? Man, check this out. I remember growing up, you know what I mean? I remember, like, teenage relationships, yeah, they do have their drama. Teenage relationships really be involving, like, a lot of emotions. You feel me? Like, teenage relationships also have their, domestic violence. I remember, like, in high school, like, you will always see, like, the couple that, will get physical with each other, and then tomorrow they'll be, cool and things like that, So all that kind of stuff do take place, during teenage relationships. You feel me? But it's almost like most teenagers, especially, like, weak-minded ones, like the ones like Ocean over here, who hasn't really mastered the art of controlling his emotions. You feel me? He's feeling like 14 years old, that's all he's going to get in life. You understand? So for this reason, this young girl want to break up with him, and he can't deal with it. He goes to that extra, he takes that extra step to try to take her life. Fortunately, she makes it. You understand? So, yeah, teenage relationships do have their dramas, and they do have their domestic violence stages and all that. But is it really worth it? Now, before you go ahead and answer that, let me just read a little bit of this article right here so we can get a better idea of the kind of mindset that Olsen was in when he was trying to kill his, at the time, girlfriend. Because these teenagers these days, they're getting colder and colder. You know what I mean? And you can also hear it in this article with Olsen when he's trying to take his girlfriend's life, man. This is crazy. We really got to pay attention to the people, like the company our children keep. Elijah K. Olsen of the 1400 block of West Lawn Avenue was charged with felony count of attempted first-degree intentional homicide and possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. According to a criminal complaint, at around 11:45 a.m. on Sunday, officers were sent to the area of 21st Street and Memorial Drive for a shooting. Upon arrival, officers spoke to a girl under the age of 15 who said she had been shot in the head. She identified the person who shot her as Olsen. She said that she and Olsen had walked back on an abandoned railroad track to smoke. They argued, and Olsen made her turn her phone off. He then pulled out a gun and shot her in the head. She began to beg for her life, and Olsen said, "You have to die," and fired more shots at her, striking her in the in the head 3 times. Olsen then doubled back down the track to find her phone, and that's when she fled. She waved down a motorist near 21st Street who contacted the police. It was suspected that 3 to 4 rounds went into her head, the most serious of which being one that entered her left eye and lodged next to her carotid artery in her neck. She was taken to Ascension Hospital before being taken to Children's Hospital by flight. Officers searched an area that Olsen had visited earlier in that day and found a backpack that he had been carrying. Inside was a .22 caliber handgun with 2 magazines. Back at Olsen homes were bloody clothes and shoes. Olsen was given a $500,000 cash bond in Racine County Circuit Court on Tuesday. In my honest opinion, had that relationship gone on any longer, she would have just been another I can't even talk straight right now. Another statistics. She would have just been another teenage baby mama, adding on to the Pookie and Ray Ray problems we got going on right now. So I really feel like she got a second chance. And I really feel like, especially at this current time we live in, man, if you got a teenage daughter, like, I would not even encourage her to be getting in a relationship right now. You know what I mean? And if your kids are in relationships, you really got to know these people who they're dealing with. Girls are going to bring these niggas around you and your family. You know what I mean? It's not like your son's going, your son's going to be responsible to go out there and look out for somebody else's family, you know what I mean, and be respectful. But your daughter's going to bring home some people that you might want to pay attention to. You feel me? Not saying this little girl did anything wrong. It was just unfortunate. You know what I mean? But at that young age of 14, man, I'll just say focus on your school. Focus on education. That relationship shit, that shit don't never get old. That's your first one. You probably got like 20, 30, 40 more to go. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But at 14, man, I wouldn't be trying to encourage my daughter to be in school, to be in a relationship or whatever it is, man. You know what I mean? But some of these kids feel like they're missing out if they ain't doing what everybody else is doing. And that's the real, unfortunate part. You know what I mean? All this stuff is timeless. As long as you got life in you, relationships gonna always be around. You gonna meet new people as you get older. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? What y'all say about this one, man? Let's talk about it in the comment section. This is crazy, man. I'm glad she's doing good, though.